channel. Today we're going to be talking about one of the most classic Louis Vuitton bags. In fact, it was the second one ever made. It is the Noé. Now I have the Petit Noé, which is the smaller version of this bag that we're going to be talking about, and I absolutely love it. This is in fact a vintage bag that I picked up off of Fashion File, and I'm so excited to talk to you a little bit more about the history of the bag. So for those of you that don't know, the original Noé was made in the GM size, and its purpose was to hold 5 champagne bottles. 4 of them were to stand upright with the 5th one in the center, upside down, and that was easy for people to travel with the bag. It also served the purpose to transport wine as well. Now, as I said, the Noé was the second oldest bag Louis Vuitton ever made, originally introduced in 1932, but the Petit Noé was introduced in 1958. So I just wanted to quickly read you a little bit about where the origin of the name came from. Noé in French refers to the biblical figure of Noah, who built an ark to survive a catastrophic flood. After saving his family and all the animals from the storm, he planted grapevines and became the first wine maker. So that is how the Noé ended up getting its name. From that, we can conclude that the Petit Noé in particular means little Noah. Let's go ahead and talk about the exterior of the bag. There are some additions that I have already made to it. I don't have the original strap on it right now. It's actually to the side of me, and we will get into that. But I wanted to first just show you the canvas. It is in immaculate condition. I'm actually gonna open it just a little bit to really give you an idea. As you can see, it has a beautiful sheen to it. It has been well taken care of. The leather itself is definitely got that patina, and it has dried out in some areas. And if you've watched my channel before, you will probably call me a hypocrite. It does have an all vachetta bottom. And I said previously that the reason I sold my PM Monterey backpack as well as my Alma PM was because the bottoms were all vachetta and I was scared to ruin them. As you probably saw, there is a stain on the bottom of this bag. It's right here. I just feel differently, I think because the vachetta doesn't come up on the bag. There is a newer version of the vintage Petit Noé, and that does have the vachetta at the top. In fact, you can still purchase a brand new Noé in the GM, PM, BB, or nano size. All except for the nano actually do have that vachetta that come up on the top. That being said, I really enjoy this one because it doesn't have that really just on the bottom of the bag. The rivets on this bag I actually have already cleaned. Because it's vintage, they were made of brass, and so I was able to take Brasso to them and really clean them up and shine them. Looking at all of them, I do believe, yeah, so there is 1 or 2, 3, looks like about 3 of the rivets have been turned. And what I mean by that is the Louis is not perfectly centered to the top and the Vuitton is not centered to the bottom. So they are just a little bit twisted. That is on the back of the bag, and it doesn't really bother me, but I do know that some people look at that, especially when they purchase the newer ones, to make sure that all those rivets are right side up. Now, one of the things about this bag that I did not like about the PM Monterey backpack, but I actually do enjoy on this one, is the drawstring, which is kind of funny. I think it's because I went ahead and added this little thing, which I'll talk about a little bit later. So this vachetta drawstring is raw, maybe a little bit treated on one side and smoother on the other. However, this is really old and dried out. I do have on my Christmas list a replacement strap, and I'm really hoping that I do get that because I just think it would make the bag so much better. Now let's go ahead and talk about the original strap that did come with the bag. At the top, if you look oh so closely, you can see that it does say Louis Vuitton made in France. You have to really look for it though. It's very difficult to see. The original owner definitely had this on a different length than how I like to use it. And you can tell that because the brass actually stained the leather where it was originally sitting, which was on the shortest setting. And it's like that on both sides. Some other things I noticed about wear of the leather, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it, but there is a crack right there. And so my intent is actually to retire this strap. Again, I do have one on my Christmas list that I'm really hoping I get because I would love to retire this completely, just keep it in a dust bag or in a box. What I love about the strap is it's detachable and adjustable, and that just makes the bag all the more versatile. So as you can see, the part that sits on your shoulder is very thick, and that makes this super comfortable. Not to mention, vachetta leather in general is always just very comfortable comfortable to carry. And since I'm trying not to stress out the strap too much, I did go ahead and add these two U clasps. So here is what those look like. It just makes it so much easier to take them on and off the bag. Now, as I said, on the original strap, you can see that the bag was made in France. However, it's not as easy to see on here. It's actually completely rubbed off. On one of these sides is typically where you would see that, and it is just not on either side. Now, the date code has also rubbed off just from wear, but that would typically be behind this little D ring. So unfortunately, I just will never know when this bag was actually manufactured, and you know, that's okay. That's part of buying vintage. Now, when I was cleaning the rivets, I did notice that there was a little bit of cracking on the piping, only in one spot, and it's very slight. It's very common for that to happen with piping, especially in a bag like this. You'd almost expect it to happen more because you're constantly folding it at certain parts. The inside, I just want to show you, is one big hole. I know some of the newer styles of the Noe do have a little D-ring, but this one in particular does not. It does appear to be a little bit of a black hole, but that's kind of because it is. Now, I mentioned earlier I would touch on this little piece right here a little bit, and I just noticed I actually have it on backwards. This was a recommendation from Autumn Beckman. It is from mcraft leather on Etsy, and that gave me the ability to open and close with ease. Once I get a new strap, I will just transfer this to the new one and then still be able to use it. And these two clasps are also from the same Etsy shop, mcraft leather, and I will leave a link to their shop down below in case you're interested. The other thing I purchased was actually this strap here. So just want to take it off and show you how incredible the quality of this strap. It's a thick strap just like the original Noe, and it's the perfect size for when you just want to grab the bag off your car seat or maybe throw it onto the car seat when you first get in. Very, very convenient. It also has the large clasp that matches the other one. So basically they make this in this size. So I just added the one that was this size to my Christmas list, and I really hope I get that. I did think that maybe having some newer vachetta against the old vachetta would bother me, but actually doesn't at all. I'm very happy with how it looks. I think also once I get a new strap in here, because I do fear that this one's going to snap. I actually did accidentally break the one that was in my Monsterie PM backpack just a couple weeks after I had it. Overall, that is a little bit of the history of the Noe, or the Petit Noe in this case. Absolutely love this bag. I love that it stands for Little Noah. I think that's so sweet. I have really been loving the bottom of this bag. It's so incredibly soft. I can't even explain it. I do kind of wish this had feet. Before, I never really cared about that sort of thing. I guess just with more expensive bags, I've started to wish I had that, but it's totally fine. I'm in love with this bag. I think it is probably my all-time favorite. You're able to put all of your daily essentials in here and then some. It's very deceiving. It looks like it would be kind of tiny, but it's not. I highly recommend the Petit Noe if you're interested. Go vintage. I really think that there's something beautiful and special about the vintage versions. I do know people that go vintage and have that vachetta that comes up a little bit on the bottom are able to get the leather replaced. I think the most recent video I saw said it cost them just a little under $700. That might be something that you want to consider, especially if you are a lover of the old style canvas. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below what you think of the Noe. Is this a bag that maybe surprised you as well? I never expected to fall in love with it, but I absolutely did. I am planning to do a what fits or what's in my bag with this one as well, so keep an eye out for that on my channel. And until next time, I will see you in the next video. Happy holidays. Bye.